So our media is normalizing Trump and his craziness and his dangerous actions, but we've been expecting that because they've been doing it all along. They did it all through the campaign season. They've been doing it since 2015, which is one reason why we have this monster. They are now, like Politico is now normalizing the idea that we're just going to take Canada and make it our 51st state. Like Canada has no say in it. So I'm thinking, oh my God, we're acting like this is okay. Oh, it's long been talked about, considered. No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. I've never heard it before in my life. Not as a policy position when I was a Republican working on Capitol Hill. So for Politico and anybody else to act like, well, yes, this is just normal, as well as annexing Greenland. It's called invading. Does MAGA want to send their sons and daughters to war to take Greenland? I don't think so. Same with Panama. So we have media normalizing this monster. If you ever question how Adolf Hitler and the Holocaust could happen, we're seeing now in real time how it can. This is why, and I've said this before, I'm definitely pushing my friend on Blue Sky he's Chat Jazz. He's doing this every day. He's posting these roundups and what foreign media is saying about us, because we're not going to get it in our own media. I'm trying to talk him into going back on Twitter, but he's kind of doesn't want to do that. So right now, Blue Sky seems to be the best. He's in Germany now. He's an expat in national security. So he knows what we need to know. And it's just so different. Our friend Julia Davis does the same thing with Russian press. She lets us know what they're actually saying when they're, saying that Tulsi Gabbard is their girl. Our media isn't reporting this. Our media isn't reporting this. It's kind of hard to even find anything about, so Trump backed down on his threatened tariffs to Colombia when he realized he was in over his head. He had over-egged his pudding. Remember, under Joe Biden, he sent 400 plane loads of migrants back. He deported more people than Trump, but he didn't do it with all the cruelty and the brutality and the threats. MAGA only wants the cruelty and the brutality and the threats. They like that drama. And you could tell them till you're blue in the face that Joe Biden actually deported more people, and they won't believe you. They won't believe you. Remember, the cruelty is the point. I think I talked about that yesterday. But our media, you have to stretch today to find out that coffee prices have already shot up, even though Trump backed down because he's an idiot and he finally realized that he can't do this stuff. We're already being hurt because of him, because of his stupidity and his threats. So coffee prices shot up. I went and bought a whole lot. A few weeks ago, actually, when he started talking tariffs after he got elected, I started stocking up on some things too. Coffee was one of them. And now I went and did it again because I'm not living without my coffee. No one's buying eggs. They're too expensive. They've gone way up under Trump. Gas is more expensive under Trump. We now know that we're not going to be getting citrus and other produce because the migrants who pick them are all not showing up for work. So the food is rotting. Several months ago, I think when I first started this YouTube channel, but after the election, Trump won in, and I started looking at all the things, how they wanted to starve us. When you look at the composite that you put together, the various policies of Trump and Putin, it seemed designed to kind of starve us. The tariffs, even the threat of tariffs, the coming bird flu, which is now in the United States, which not only obviously decimates our poultry supply, but we're going to catch it. But what does he do? He cuts off all communication about health, vaccines, anything. So we don't know. The rest of the world will have to inform us what we can do to protect ourselves, or even where it is, because they're not going to be doing it here. We're in real trouble. So I'll talk to our friend at Chat Jazz and see if it's, by the way, it's CHATT and then Jazz. His name is Lionel Chatelli. That goes by Chat Jazz. I want to see if he will do sort of a double down focus on bird flu and about health matters that we need to know about, because we're going to have an information blackout in this country, an absolute information blackout. It's already started. It's already started. So, not buying eggs, stockpiled my coffee. There's a lot of things that we're not going to be able to get. Our citrus, our fresh produce. There's nobody to get it from farm to table, from the field to the table. And we're the ones that are being hurt by all this. Trump is doing this to us. So like I had said before, a couple months ago, this is a good way to starve us. Not just make food more expensive, but make it unavailable. Unavailable. Remember, Putin wants Ukraine in part because they are the breadbasket of Europe. California is our breadbasket. If you get rid of the migrant workers, we lose our breadbasket, don't we? Don't we? And you start imposing tariffs on the food that we import again. So there seems to be several things that are being done that aren't coincidences. When you look at what Vladimir Putin does, he does to his own people, he starves them. And it just seems like this is the beginning of this. If we're hungry and we're sick and we're not getting proper information, and we're broke, we're easier to control, aren't we? So this is what appears to be happening. And I wish I could come up with a different scenario, but this does seem designed. This package of policies seem designed to make us food insecure as a nation. And the next thing from food insecurity is starvation. And if you don't think that it can happen here, look at the things that have happened already where we said this can't happen in the United States. It is happening. And I see less and less people saying that's hyperbole or that can't happen. I think increasingly people are either remaining silent because they know it's happening, or they're coming right out and saying, yeah, this is what they're doing to us. And feel very free to blame your MAGA friends and family because they did this. And by the way, if you go out and you buy a lot of the coffee on sale like I did, or some of the other things that you need that you can keep around and keep canned or frozen, I'm not sharing them with any of the MAGA. They can come pounding on my door begging for coffee. They ain't getting any. I know that seems like a small thing, but I'm going to resist wherever I can. I hope that all of you do as well.